Hey folks, so you're ready to take your photos and put them into a format where we can print them on a larger scale than an 8 by 10. So what you're going to do is we're going to be creating a new document. So when you get into Photoshop, it's going to take you to Create New. I really would like you to work in Photoshop because if you're working in PowerPoint, we can't get a very good quality print, right? And I'd really like to have a really nice quality print. All right, so I'm going to be creating new. You can go here or I'm going to create my own custom. So actually, it's better actually to just go File and New. Or actually, no, we'll stick here. We'll stick here. Never mind. So the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and title your work. Start with your last name underscore. If you have a title for your work, you can title it. Mine's Snow Walk, and this is my narrative, so I'm going to call it narrative. You want to make sure this is set to inches. Sometimes it'll default to pixels or points or picas, so change this to inches. I'm going to make this 16 inches by 12, so this is a pretty good format. And I want to do a landscape orientation. All right, so let me change that again. 16 by 12 inches. The largest that you can print is an 18-inch dimension, but the paper that we have is on a roll. So you can print, lots of different widths or heights, but the largest dimension you can have either for width or height is 16 inches. Just talk to me in class and I can explain that a little better. We're working in an RGB, okay, red, green, blue color format, okay. We're going to work with a white background. Can leave that at 8-bit. Kind of see your different bits of color there. All right, and then just go ahead and hit create. All right, so that will set up my board, and then I'm going to go ahead and open my files. So I'm just going to go to File and Open, and I'm going to try to select all of my files at the same time. So I'm going to go to my PhotoPass folder. I'm going to go to my folder that houses all of my images. I'm going to select and hold the Control key down to get the different photos that I really want to put into my composition here. So I'm going to get this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I'm getting this one. All right, and then I'm going to click on Open, and that will open all of these at the same time, and you'll see them pop up here slowly, gradually. Okay, so you can kind of see this is my main screen here. So what I'm going to do is I'm in my Move tool, and this will allow me to bring it. I'm just dragging it up to my background and dropping. All right, you can see this is a really large file. All right, so I'm going to minimize my screen. So right here, you can minimize using this. You can go smaller and then minus, or you can just hit the Control, trying to zoom out. Okay. And then I'm going to hit Control T because I want to resize this image. And as I'm sizing it, you can kind of see right here that it's being measured in pixels. So I'm just trying to look to see what is a good size that's going to fit. And I'm sort of paying attention to that dimension because I want my other images to be about the same size. All right, what I really want to do is get the large image. This one I'm going to arrange, and I've already planned this out kind of like in my head. This one is going to be a large image that goes to the left of the entire, whoops, I never okayed that transformation. All right, it's going to bring this one in. And I forgot to okay my transformation, so I'm going to throw that in the trash and go back to that guy. All right, so I'm going to hit Control T. This will allow me to resize, make sure I'm on that layer. And then I'm going to resize it to fit on my canvas. A little larger here, just so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just trying to pay attention to kind of like the border and see the pink line that snaps, that's telling me it's centered. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. Actually, I'm going to go up a little bit more. I'm going to resize it to get closer to the edge a little bit more. Should snap when I center it. Let me move it to see if I can get it to snap. All right, so now I have that kind of like the snap is on there, and that looks great. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to go back and get the smaller images that are going to go in here. Drag again, drop. I've got to zoom out. So I'm going to do Control minus so I can get in there. And then I'm going to do Control T. All right, so then I can resize. I love this weird little snow clump that I found in the trees. It looks like a little person. And you can sort of see the snap lines that are coming up. All right, and I want to pay attention as I'm resizing and placing these. What's the distance? Now I want to zoom back in again so I can kind of see what's what. There's a large gap in between there, so I'm paying attention to sort of like the spacing in between. So I'm going to leave this one here until I see the other ones and see what size. So this is a 162 pixels width, so I'm going to try to get my other photos about the same. Okay, and I have to hit enter to OK that transformation. All right, I already used that guy, so I'm going to close that just so I'm keeping myself organized. I already used this one, so I'm going to close that. All right, so now I'm going to take this guy, not the one I want to work with yet. I want to do, let's see, yeah, I think I want to use this one next. All right, so again, I'm on the move tool, grab it, move it over, and drop it. All right, I'm going to zoom out again, Control minus, and Control T to transform it. You can also get to that by going to Edit, Free Transform. It's also here. Oops. All right, so I'm going to transform it. And let's see, I want to get this one sort of lined up here nicely. Now I want to zoom back in again, just doing Control plus. Looking for those pink lines, those pink snap lines to help me get things lined up. All right, that actually looks really great. So looking for the pink snaps. All right, then I'm going to add my other two over here, and then I'm just going to continue to look that way. All right, so just for the sake of time, to save time here, I'm going to show you how to save. So when you're going to save, you're going to save File, Save As. You're going to save on your computer. You're going to save your PSD just in case you have to edit and make changes. I've already named it, so I want to make sure I'm in my photo class. I'm in my snow clumps folder, and I'm going to hit save. Okay. And then I'm going to go File. I'm going to save as. All right, let me just make sure it's finished saving. So you want to make sure it saves. It won't let you save again until it's finished doing what it's doing. It looks like it's finished. All right, so I'm going to go File, Save As again. I'm going to save it on my computer. This time I'm going to save it as a PDF file. A PDF file is really good for printing. Oh, maybe not. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. My bad. We're going to save it as a JPEG. All right, this is that very nice universal format. And then just go ahead and make sure this is on maximum and hit OK. All right, so now I have, once this is finished, once I add the next two, I'll be ready to print. You'll get a really nice large scale glossy print. All right, guys, so very nice job. Oh, one last thing, of course. The one last thing is to make sure you're saving to the print folder. All right, so once you're on Schoology, just make sure you go to the print folder. And let's see where we are here. All right, so when you're in your photo class, remember that the print folder is right there. So please save both your copies, your PSD as well as your JPEG in that print folder. All right, guys, have fun.